What's going on, everybody? You have came into the room of the chamber. The chamber is the place where you come to get enlightened, to get educated, to get strength, and get the tools that you need to move forward and progress in life. Sometimes we need a little handout. We need a little direction to help us, and the chamber is the place where we can get that direction. Beautiful thing about the chamber is not only do you grow, but we all grow together. And then when we grow, we can help those around us to grow as well. Listen, today is an exciting day. Today is an exciting day. And the reason why it's exciting is because not only is this the first episode of The Chamber, but man, I got my brother in the building with me on today. I got my brother Vince in the building with me on today, man. And it's a privilege, it's an honor to have him in the room, man. Listen, right now I'm shaking in my boots just being in his presence. But man, for real, truly, man, it's a blessing, man. I'm glad that you're here with us, man, on today. We got Vince in the building for one reason, and that reason is to give us strategy and give us tools on how to navigate through the path on the way to success. A lot of us want to be successful. A lot of us want to achieve goals in life. And why not hear from somebody that's achieving goals and that's making it happen? What's going on, my brother Vince? How you doing on today, man?
And it's a wonderful day, man. I'm really honored and to be on your first show, man. This is some amazing stuff, man. To see that you're getting it done, baby.
Man, we getting it done. We making it happen, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I'm surprised that the world don't know who you are just yet, man.
Hey, man, I lay low key for a few different reasons. The thing is, I'm doing a lot of work in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like talking to people and talking to businesses, brands, and stuff like that. So my focus isn't necessarily being known across social media. Now, with that being said, my brand, Dragon Riders Media, that's what I'm wanting to project, because Dragon Riders Media isn't just about me. I've got other people to take care of. I got a few other employees, and we're all making things happen as a team. But up under Dragon Riders Media, so that is what I'm promoting more of. I mean, as well as getting my name out there as well. But it's more so getting the brand out there. That's the most important thing.
Most definitely, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, man, before we dive into it, man, like I said, a lot of people don't know who you are, man. So I need you, I need you to tell us who you are, man. Give us a little background on, your upbringing, where you come from, and
Yeah, I got you. So look, all right. Grew up, born and raised, Louisville, Kentucky.
let's go Cards.
Go Cards, baby! Woo!
Louisville Slugger.
But grew up, man. We wasn't very, very fortunate to have a lot of things and stuff like that. And I left for the military right out of high school. Got out the military, just kind of took a while to really just find my way, man. I was just walking and just navigating life and hitting the bumps and and curves along the way. But I finally found my niche, man. I got in with a couple years ago. Got into with my mentor, Mr. David Chin, and man, it's I've really found who and what I wanted to do in life. You know what I'm saying? So, that was the whole beginning of Dragon Riders Media, man. Before then I started, I was doing YouTube, just doing YouTube because I got into cryptocurrency and wanted to have a channel that was kind of different from what everybody else was doing at the time. The name of that channel was Worldwide Crypto, and I had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun with it and everything, but the name crypto it really there's a lot of stigma that goes along with crypto, right, especially right now, and a lot of businesses didn't want to have a conversation with me because of the worldwide crypto. It was the big hindrance in my growth professionally, and that's why I made the choice to rebrand to Dragon Riders Media. I had to keep my screen name, man, and that's where Dragon Rider comes from. That was my gamer tag for a long time.
Okay. You're a gamer. You was a gamer. Okay.
I like RPGs and stuff. I'm really into like dragons and all the folklore of medieval era and stuff like that. So
Okay.
That's where that comes from. So I'm a big I'm a nerd in a sense, man. And I'm proud to be that. I'm proud to be a nerd, man. There's a lot of successful nerds out there. Look at Elon Musk. You know what I mean? So
I got you. I understand, man. Just thinking back, man, I remember the first time I seen you, as you said, you was in the military. I'm real connected to your family and everything. And so that was all I knew about you. I just knew you was in the military. I knew you loved motorcycles. I knew that.
I still love motorcycles.
I know. As a matter of fact, I seen on Facebook where you just put the speakers in, and I'm glad you're alive, my brother. I'm glad you're alive.
Man, I had to make a big change. All right, so here's a whole story with that. So I used to ride a lot of crotch rockets and stuff, because I like to go fast. I like to do wheelies, all that other stuff, and things I ain't supposed to be doing. And my wife, she basically she gave me a real chewing out, man, because she caught me riding wheelies through downtown Louisville. And she gave me the whole spiel. What if something happened to you, this and that and everything? Yeah. So I got rid of the crotch rocket, bought me a Harley, man, and we enjoyed a lot of riding together, and I've calmed down a lot in a lot of sense.
That's good, man. That's good. So first question I want to ask you though, man, is like, what sparked the fire in you to want your own and to do your own? I know a lot of people, they working a job right now, even myself as well, working a job right now, and you have the niche of wanting to produce your own business, be successful your own way. What was it with you that sparked that flame? Was it something that happened?
Yeah. Actually, it's because I got into crypto. So I've been pretty successful in that. And that really got me into a point to where I was like, you know what? I want more. I want more for myself. I want more for my family, my kids and stuff like that. And, it's like getting tired of living paycheck to paycheck, that sort of thing. And I wanted to do more. I wanted to leave some type of mark. You know what I mean? And, then from there, really didn't understand what I wanted to do in that realm. You know what I mean? I wanted to be looked at more, especially because like I said, when I got into cryptocurrency, that was about the same time I started doing my YouTube channel and everything. But then I wanted to be more. I wanted to be more serious. I want to be taken more seriously than just a YouTuber. You know what I mean? I wanted to do. I wanted to do more business stuff, increase my network, and just get out there a little bit more in a professional sense, and in a roundabout way. That I could say that's it. I mean, it's weird, man, because it was like almost perfect timing, because that was around about the time I ended up meeting my mentor, David Chen. And I mean, David Chen's super big time successful. You know what I'm talking about, you know?
we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
Yeah. So man, he really got me to take some time to myself, man, and really drove me to invest into myself, because I wasn't necessarily I was more so just following other people's leads and stuff like that. And he's like, nah, man, just do you got this? Be a leader. You're a leader, man. Do this. You got this. Why are you still trying to follow this and do this, man? You got this. Get your own, do your own thing and stuff like that and everything. So that's how that came about. It was pretty much bam, 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 one after another. It's like I got into cryptocurrency. I started my YouTube channel. Then it's like, boom, I want to be professional. I want to get out from under a blue collar job. You know what I'm saying? Which, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I still work. You know, because I'm a hustler. At the end of the day, I'm still a hustler.
Hey, but I got to throw it up. He still work, but the difference is he do it because he want to. He doesn't have to. I just want to.
I got goals. Yeah. Hey, I could, but at the same time, it's like, you know, when you get to a certain point, you have to really look at the long term. So I'm only 42 years old. Yeah. So, you know, the success that I have right now, if I was just to completely just cut everything out, quit work and go hang out and stuff like that, man, it ain't gonna last me into old age. You know what I'm saying? Like I still at this point in time, man, I still gotta hustle. There's a lot, and I've taken that advice from a lot of different people, man. I mean, you cannot, you know, you have to have a goal in mind, and until you reach that goal, you got to stay hustling, and you know that's what I'm continuing to do, because I don't want to be 80 years old and still wondering how I'm going to, you know, make it or this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've got a plan in place, and especially not only just for myself, but for my family. You know what I mean? So
I could tell, man, just by you talking, how you were saying you was a YouTuber, and then you got into crypto and everything. But then it was like when you got connected with David Chin, he shifted like your mindset. And I think a lot of times, like, we get stuck at that place where we could feel a shift trying to take place.
Yeah.
Or we know a shift need to take place, but there's like a hesitant and there's like a pullback, because if I could say it like it's an unknown area.
Yes.
You know, I never did it before. Yeah, scary. Yeah. And sometimes you need that voice behind you to say, no, go. It's your time. Go. Yes. And if you never, like, if I could say it like it's jumped out the boat, I mean, where do you think you would be right now?
I won't for one, I won't have what I have now.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be able to, because I mean, you know, me and the wife, we're going on vacations and stuff, and you know what I mean, I wouldn't be able to do all the things that I'm able to do right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like I said, man, I was at a point where like literally like it was paycheck to paycheck, man. Yeah. You know, and just scratching to survive, you know, and having to depend on overtime and this and that. It's like, oh, if I don't got this overtime this week, then you know what I mean? It's like I don't want to work my life away. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like for the rest of my life. I mean, that's what we kind of brought up and taught in school, is to work, you know, just be work or worker bee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, now I can, you know, I have the option, but I choose to continue that option because, like I said, I haven't reached my goals yet.
Yeah.
You know, even with the company, you know what I mean? There's like last year I was doing very, very well. Things really slowed down around the holidays, and now I'm working, I'm busting my butt to try to get things picked back up. You know what I'm saying? And starting out a business, because like I said, I started this business January of last year, and it's, you know, it's nowhere near a point of me being able to kind of just sit back and just I'm hands-on in every aspect of the company. You know what I mean? And even a couple of the employees I have, is, you know, I'm still, because I got to teach them what exactly to do and what to say and how to reach out to people and stuff like that. Because I mean, it's a lot of work involved in what I'm trying to achieve, but I'm trying to achieve it in a more honest way. I mean, I could grow, you know, my name could be out there, my business name could be out there, you know, there's bots, you can do all this other stuff, but I'm trying to do it the natural way, man. And doing it that way isn't necessarily fast paced, but for my own morals, it's a more honest approach to how I want my company presented.
Got you. Man, let me ask you this. What type of sacrifice does that take? You know,
Oh,
because I'll be honest, me and I'll be the first. Listen, this is the chamber. This is the chamber. We keep it all the way real and we tell the truth. And you know, if it cut, if it hurt, hey,
yeah.
it is what it is. And who else to tell the truth but me, myself? So me, I was the type I wanted to do business, different business endeavors, but I always wanted to pay. And was like, all right, here, let me give you this money. Can you just do this? Can you do this? Can you do that? Um, I never wanted to sacrifice and put that work in to build it,
Yeah.
but I wanted somebody else to do that work and not just be the head. Like, yeah, that's my business.
Hey, that's how you get taken advantage of, man. If you don't know every aspect of your business, you are going to go broke very, very quickly. Your business ain't gonna last long. And we see that in a lot of different businesses. Even in the social media realm, I see a lot
Yeah,
of content creators that they want to pay these different services and stuff like that, and just all they want to do is just make a video, and then next thing you know, their company is taken out from under their nose. You know what I mean?
yeah,
By people that's supposed to be their friend, they're supposed to be, but in the background they making side hustles and side deals,
mm,
having people sign stuff, and the next thing you know, the company is taken out from under their nose. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that happens all the time because especially when you got money involved and a lot of money involved, people tend to get the wrong type of people. They'll get very, very greedy, and they'll see how far they can push their limits and how much they can take before they get caught. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
it's a sad thing, but that's the reality of it. That's why,
yeah.
as a business owner, you need to be able to understand every aspect of your business. And
Mm,
even from, like, if I had a a tire business, right? I need to know, as a business owner, I need to know what brands are selling, what brands ain't selling. I need to know what tires are popular and especially depending on what community your business is in. All right. Well, I need to attract these people. This is okay. This is my area, my demographic. I need to understand what they're going to be buying on a regular basis. Because why am I going to be buying, if I'm in an area where they only buy, it's a lot of just like construction trucks and a lot of just blue collar workers, why am I going to take the time and invest in a whole ton of like low profile tires when most of my demographic that comes in my shop walking in, they're buying truck tires and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just That's just a basic example. So I have to understand every aspect of my business, even down to the equipment, how much the equipment costs, and what kind of serviceability they have and stuff like that, because you're quickly to get taken advantage of because you hire somebody in. They're like, oh yeah, well, it ain't my money, so I'm going to go buy the biggest, baddest thing that we only actually use half of its capabilities. So why am I going to buy a machine that I can only use half of its capabilities, or even understand how to use it halfway? And it's just a waste of money. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? When I could have
yeah,
bought exactly what I needed, and boom, I mean, you making money and stuff like that. Because so you got to understand every aspect of your business, because people, especially when it's not their money that they're spending, people's gonna spend it.
yeah. They gonna push it. They gonna push it.
They're gonna push. They're gonna push, man. That's why and in that type of realm, it's not so well. In what I'm doing, it's not that bad because the people that I have with me, it's one of those things that I trust, and they have my trust. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah,
we got this reciprocal thing that we about our business, and we got certain things that we're trying to achieve. And of course, we have little meetings once a week to discuss, okay, this is our plan of action, this and that. I mean, you have as a business owner, you have to be involved, you have to be in the know of your business at all times, and not necessarily micromanage, because that pushes a lot of people off.
hmm,
But as long as you maintain knowledge of what's going on with your business, man, it's you're better off.
man, that's good, man. I one thing I thought about, because man, I'll be honest, man, you be a lot of people don't know I call you a lot, and you
Yeah.
push me in a way, man. It's uncomfortable. I'm gonna be honest. It's uncomfortable. It is. It's uncomfortable, and I'll say it.
Yeah.
But it's needed. And the reason why is because I would call you and I would be like, man, Vince, how do I do this? Or how do I make this? How do I do this video? How do I upload this? And you would tell me, well, this is the site. And then I'm like, okay, I got the site. Now what? Figure it out, and it's like, it's like, but man, I appreciate that though, because what you're doing is, like I said, I was the one that I wanted to pay somebody to do stuff, but you are pushing me where I gotta find out, I gotta do the research, and now I see the benefit of it. And one of the benefits is like you're more attached to your business. Exactly. You're more connected, and you're gonna do what you gotta do to make sure this business flourish, because I done put sweat, blood, tears, like I done put everything into the business. I'm just now getting started. But what I have done so far, man, it been days I sit and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
You got to, man. You got to go through it. You got to go through it.
Yeah. I'm learning to appreciate it now.
Yes, yes.
It's a part of the process, man. I got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
So you got your hands in a lot of things. Yeah. You got your hands in a lot of businesses per se. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment in your life so far?
Oh man.
I know you can name a bunch of things, but just give me one.
Hey, I'll tell you what, my biggest accomplishment right now is being a family man, and being a husband and being a father. That's my biggest accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is just an addition to help me succeed in that area. You know what I mean? Because I that's something I've always wanted. I've wanted to be a successful husband and a successful father, and I think I'm there.
Let me ask you something. What does that look like? Being a successful, let's talk about the successful husband first before we say successful father. What does it look like being a successful husband? Come on, let's dig.
Yo, hey, I'm gonna tell you what, it's a man, you gotta fight for it. Yeah. At the end of the day, man, it's one of those things, because there's been a lot of a lot of fights. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't necessarily not no knockout, drag out fights, but arguments.
Yeah.
When you building a business from scratch, you have no contacts. There's a lot of times where I'm up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Sending out emails, trying to connect with this person, because you got to understand, like, when there's a lot of people you need to get a hold of that aren't in that aren't in the same time zone as you. You know what I'm saying? So trying to get in touch with these people, trying to have conversations with these people in different time zones and different countries, it's very taxing. There's a lot of nights where, my wife, and she's pretty vocal about it, that she goes to bed by herself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lot of struggle in that area, but now it's worth it. I would say for the first couple of years, it was very, very stressful, especially with with the podcast, trying to schedule these different people, having these interviews, and then not only that, coming home after work, having these interviews, and then getting back to contacting people, sending out emails and stuff like that. There's been weeks where I barely saw my wife.
Yeah.
And what I would try to just say to her is, oh, you know what I'm trying to build. You know what I'm trying to build. You know what I'm trying to build. Yeah. But then it got to a point where I really had to step back and take it and understand that, I was missing, I'm her husband. I'm up under the same roof, but I'm missing all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's when I had to start really trying to figure out some time management. and understand where she's coming from, because she's understanding that I'm trying to build a business. You know what I mean? And as successful as Dragon Riders Media may look, dude, I'm tooth and nail scratching, still trying to get to the surface of what I'm trying to build. You know what I mean? And it's a lot, but at the same time now, I've got a lot more time management with this. So instead of me just sitting behind this computer for hours and hours and hours at a time trying to find some type of direction, I have a plan of action. You know what I mean? And then I set a schedule. It's like, okay, well, at this time, boom, boom, I'm done. You know what I mean? And you have to do that. You know, you could be the most successful man in the world, or person. You could be the most successful person in the world, but if you missing out of your loved ones' lives, man, you ain't gonna have no loved ones. You know what I'm saying? We see that with you know, what was Jeff Bezos? I mean, Jeff Bezos at one time was the richest man in the world, and he went through a divorce. You know what I mean? You know, don't know the details, but it's like, when you are trying to be so successful, it's like you separate yourself from the people that you're supposed to have close to you. And I believe, you know, I don't know that man's personal business, but I believe if he was, you know, if he had been closer to his wife, that wouldn't have happened. And I don't want to be in that position.
And I think that's pretty much some of the problems that we face, because I know with me, even right now, there's times where I could get caught up in trying to build this YouTube channel and other things that I look up and I'm like, hey, my wife been sitting over there the whole time. I ain't said, you know, because I'm so zoned in. And I think a lot of people may have that problem with balancing everything, balancing life and business, balancing it all out, you know, because that's important what you said. Like, your success is like your family, man. And like, I think that's a number one success there should be for everybody, is to maintain a healthy family, you know, because the way you operate in a family is the way it'll carry on into the business, I feel, you know.
But even growing your business, man, I mean, it's a lonely endeavor. You know, because you have to be able to manage all that and stay focused on growing the business. And everybody's not going to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Your wife's not going to understand the depth. I mean, she may try to understand, but she's not going to try understand the depth of what, you know what I'm saying? Especially as men, you know what I mean? We get so, because we were brought up to be the providers. We're supposed to be the heads. We're supposed to be, we have this drive to make sure that our family's taken care of and safe and everything. And, you know, it's hard for, you know, our spouses to really take that in and understand the position that we're in, because we have that mindset that it's ingrained in us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes we'll sit here and we'll be so zoned in and so focused, man, that it takes away from everything else. And, you know, we have to learn how to break that focus sometimes, because like I said, you know, you can be the most successful person in the world, but then if you by yourself and lonely, man, it's like, okay, well, you know, was it really worth that? That's part of it, you know what I mean?
I agree. Let me you just made me think of a question. As it relates to your wife, how important is it, like, to share, if I could say it like this, share your business with your wife? You know,
absolutely, 100%.
100%.
You signed, man. At the end of the day, you made a commitment, whether you signed paperwork or not. You made a commitment to be partners in life, right? So why exclude your partner from that aspect of your life?
That's good.
Because if you are including your partner in conversations, keeping that open communication, the fights would be less, because I had to learn that myself.
Ooh, that's good.
I had to learn that myself. You know what I mean? And that was part of a lot of our arguments and stuff, because, you know, out of nowhere, she would have, you know, she would try to plan a date or something like that. And then, you know, I get off work and then I'm like, oh, well, I got this podcast to go do. And then she's looking at me like, you know, I made dinner plans, you know what I'm saying? It's this and that, you know what I mean? So it's like, at the same time, she didn't communicate that to me either. You know what I mean? So, excuse me, I just bit my tongue. So that communication, it should go both ways.
Yeah.
And you have to, you know, you got to get to a point to where that communication is there. But from my end, I had so much going on. I wasn't letting her know nothing, you know, because I was so focused on this, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to open myself up and really include her into what I was doing, because, like I say, that gave her a better understanding of the business, and that I was actually making moves. Because if you're not letting them know you're making moves, and you having these little successes, yeah, it may be a little success, but then they know, oh, okay, what, man, that's exciting, you know, to let them know that, okay, I'm taking baby steps. I'm not just sitting here stagnant and just sitting here in front of the screen like this and not doing nothing. Like I'm actually making moves. I'm you know, I got this deal closed with this person. Oh, I got in contact with this person that you know, at this company that I've been trying to get a hold of. You know, there's those little successes that they see. And or not necessarily see it, but when you're telling them this, and especially when you are really dedicated to your company, you're so invested in your company, they can see that excitement on your face while you're telling them that. And it gets them excited. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, I understand what you're doing. Well, okay, well, but at the same time, you still got to have an open communication, because when it's time for date night, you better not miss date night.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't miss date night, because that's gonna make, hey, all that progress you made, boom, it just knocked that out. You know what I'm saying? It just knocked everything out the window. Then you got to rebuild that again. You know what I'm saying? And that also instills trust, you know, between you and your spouse, because if y'all communicating about everything, she's not feeling that you're hiding anything, or, you know, he, or, you know, whoever your spouse is, they're not feeling that you hiding anything. And you know, and that puts more confidence in them to give more confidence to you that, you know, that they're part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though they may not be doing nothing, but it makes them part of the whole plan. You know what I mean? And when you including everybody in that,
so
makes things better.
So the word so far, to let somebody know we need to do better in including our spouse. If you got a spouse, include them. It'll make your life better.
Like I say, hey, when you put that ring on, you know what I'm saying? When you sign that paperwork, you partners in life. You know what I mean? Partners. Let's include your partner. And if they don't want nothing to do with it, say they be like, oh, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with your business. That's your business. Continue to keep that open line of communication. Yeah, because it'll continue to let them know that, hey, you know what, you're not just wasting time. You're trying to build stuff, and then, you know, but still include that. Hey, all right, let's, even if it's not them making date night, make sure you make date night. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to continue to exclude them from your life. You know, your business ain't. At the end of the day, your business, it's part of your life, but it's not all of your life. So make sure you. Family time, man. It's very, very important.
Family time. That's all good, man. That's some good knowledge right there. Listen, before we go any further, if you haven't liked, if you haven't shared, what you waiting on? You need to share this with somebody. Somebody need this information. And if you're not subscribed to the Chamber 1984, go ahead and subscribe. What you waiting on?
Subscribe button, baby. It's free,
baby.
It don't cost you a thing. Hit that.
Listen, hey man, I got something in my eye over here. Listen, you biting your tongue and I got something in my eye. What's going on here? Listen, hey man, I got another question for you, man. I won't throw at you. So, what would you say has been your greatest failure so far in life? Come on.
Oh damn. Okay. I think I would honestly say the one that's it's actually not even a failure anymore. It's
Yeah,
believing that I could do more than I was capable of.
man.
I was failing myself. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
And not, because I always, you you go through life, you have these little spurts where you're like, man, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. But it's like, oh
Hmm.
man, well, can I really do that? Like questioning yourself, like doubting yourself, you know what I mean? And that self-doubt led me to just not do anything for a long time.
Man,
I was just that worker bee, you know what I mean? And
man.
then and I would honestly say that's it. That's failing to believe in myself.
Yeah, man. I did a little video I put on Facebook yesterday, and like I just had a thought of how my life had been so far, and I was like, man, like majority of my life, I had people believing in me more than I believed in myself. It serves no purpose. Where I said like this, it won't affect the way it should when somebody is telling you, man, you greater than that, when you don't even believe that you great yourself.
Yes.
When
Yes.
you believe you great already, and then somebody else is telling you, man, you got it, you great, man, that don't do nothing but give confirmation and add fuel to the fire. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you don't believe it yourself, which is the most important thing, and man, that right there that you said, man, that's, man, for so many years in my life, like doubting, can it really
Yeah.
happen? Can I really do it? You know, we
And
ask ourselves these questions, and you
I'm gonna tell
really
you one
can.
thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing, man.
Yeah,
Especially when it comes from the people that's closest to you. Especially when you have an idea. Say, if before I started this business, you know what I
yeah,
mean, and you bring out this idea to maybe family or friends or whatnot,
yeah,
and it's like, man, I got this idea, blah blah blah, and but then you got people in your ears like, oh, that old harebrained scheme. You know what I'm saying? Some old,
come on,
oh, what are you trying to pull? Oh, you
come on,
can't do that. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on.
You'll have a man when you're trying to do some things, or when you first get that idea that you want to do some stuff, and you start presenting it to people. You know what I mean? And they're like, it's harebrained. What are you trying to? Oh, you dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like you get
Mhm.
a lot of that, man. And that right there, that affected my confidence for a long time
Yeah, man.
until I actually started doing stuff. I started just doing stuff, not telling nobody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that was part of the loneliness that I had, was like I wanted to build this and I wanted to share this,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I didn't want people coming back and being like, oh, what are you trying to pull? What is this scheme and this and that?
yeah,
And so then after a while, I started, when people started actually seeing me on screen and stuff, and started seeing some of the little clips I would be posting here and there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then they're like, oh man, hey, I didn't know you was doing that. Oh,
yeah,
you had
yeah,
who on your show?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, oh yeah, mother, just
yeah, yeah, yeah,
just not too
yeah,
long ago, you
yeah,
was
yeah,
like, you ain't want nothing to do with me.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes, I mean, man, sometimes you just got to move in silence, especially when you don't have anybody around you that's like pushing you to do more and be more than what you're doing, man. You just got to move in silence. You gotta at the basis, man. You got to have that belief in yourself.
yeah, man.
You start believing in yourself, man. I'm telling you, and especially, dude, I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest changes that I had, man, when I started including, because of course I wanted to start a business. I started adding more business minded folk into my circle.
Man, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
They got that saying where, if you in a circle of 10 millionaires, you're gonna be the 11th. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Because when they're talking business, and especially the business that you want to talk about,
yeah,
it helps those juices flow. It helps the ideas, and it helps you grow mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like even at the basis of money, man, you get a different idea of what money is and how much money is actually just a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand these things. You know what I mean? Like you hand somebody right now $10,000 that's never had $10,000 before. They that's a lot of money. Oh man, I got so much money, and the next thing you know, it's gone.
Yeah.
No thought of trying to double it. No thought of trying to make it more. It's like, what's the very first thing that pops in your mind? I'm gonna go spend it on this. I'm gonna go buy this. I'm gonna buy, and then next thing you know, it's gone. Then they back in the same boat that they. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to have different mindset on money, business, and life to grow in a way that you want to grow.
Yeah, man, I agree with that 100%. And being focused, it plays a part. And I think you had mentioned, and we're gonna dive into it a little bit. You talked about David Chin, the mentor. Man, listen. Man, I'm telling you. So I think I had to show you, like, I had to do a little bit before you, like, hey, look, this is my mentor. I think I had to like show you a little something, a little stuff, little progress before you introduced us. And man, when you introduced us, when I came on the Zoom and I'm listening to him, I'm like, okay, I hear him. But when I did the research, man, my whole mind shifted. Like, I was just on Zoom with this guy.
Yes. But see, but what? All right. But before I introduce you to what, like you said, I made you do a little work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, like I don't bring into that type of circle, man. I don't just bring people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I get people reaching out to me all the time saying, oh man, I see you making moves. Oh, how could I be a part of that? Blah, 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 blah. I'll give them little tasks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they'll come, oh man, well, I mean, or either that's too hard, or how do I do this? How exactly do I do it? Figure it out. You know, because that's what, hey, I'm gonna tell you what, that's what David did to me for a while, man. He was like, because I'm like, man, I'm struggling. I'm trying to like I want it, you know, everybody wants their hand held.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their hand. Oh, just walk me through the steps.
Yeah.
You got to understand, like where I'm at, it took me 5 years to get here. You know what I'm saying? Where David's at, man, it took him most of his life to get where he's at. You know what I'm saying? And that knowledge, for one, anything you do well, you need to monetize, right? Yeah. And for two, if you baby walking people all the time, they ain't gonna learn shit.
And never grow.
Never, you know what I'm saying? And then you gonna be stuck holding their hand through the whole ride.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it took me this long to get where I'm at. You know, you just want to step in out of nowhere, not put in no work, no kind of effort, and you just want to step in this world. You know, I'm not going to put David in position to have people waste his time either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I had to prove to David that, you know, like going out to a show and this and that, to prove to him like, hey, like, man, I'm trying to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to put in the work. Because if you ain't willing to put in the work, how you gonna step in the circle and stay in the circle?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Like you can't just do that. You know, like I said, I get people coming to me all the time like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do this? Okay, this is where you go, put in some work. Show me that you willing to put in some steps to figure some shit out on your own. Because excuse me, I don't mean to be cussing and stuff, but to figure some stuff out on your own.
Yeah,
because you have to prove that you can be self-sufficient in a sense. You're an adult. Do some adult stuff. Go do some research. Watch it. If it takes you a month to do because you asked me to do something, I tell you where to go and give you the resources to do it. But if you don't do it, you wasted my time.
Yeah.
And if you wasted my time, I'm definitely not going to put you in a circle to waste other people's time.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Let me ask this question. How important would you say it is to an individual in finding a mentor? Because some people are long rangers. Some people feel like they can do it on their own, that they don't need no help. They don't need no assistance. They don't need nobody to help get them there. There's no successful person, there's no wealthy person or anything that didn't have somebody there to help them. So
Absolutely.
my question is, like, how important is it having a mentor?
I believe it's very, very important. Um, even if your mentor is just giving you the some confidence in yourself, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Your mentor doesn't necessarily have to be in the same field that you're trying to get into or
Yeah.
doing the same exact things or whatever. But I believe you got to have somebody. You got to have somebody in your corner, and at some point, with whatever business that you're trying to grow in, you need to have somebody that's been there before too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I you could probably, in a sense, you could do it yourself, but to grow your network, and you have to network in any aspect of business, man. You have to network.
Yeah.
If you ain't networking and getting to know the people that are in those same fields, like marketing, like what I'm
Yeah.
doing with marketing, if
Yeah.
I'm not connecting with other marketers, if I'm not networking and connecting with other content creators, it's going to be it's very, very, very difficult. And I've tried this. Trust me, I tried, especially on the content creator side. I tried it. I tried to just do it on my own,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's very, very,
Yeah.
very hard to do it on your own.
Yeah.
And um, unless you are willing to put in, unless you got a fat pocket to put into, like a marketing manager, and to have a staff
Mm-hmm.
to do a lot of different things for you, it coming out the gate, it's very, very hard to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but like I say, with me, connecting with other content creators, getting some juice on how they are doing their stuff, like not
Mm-hmm.
exactly taking exactly what they're doing and replicating that, but I'm putting my own spin on some of the things that they do, some of the things, like how they run their shows. Like I say, man, if you look at some of my very, very first shows on Worldwide Crypto, and then where I am now with Dragon Riders Media, you'll see there you can actually watch. There's a lot of growth in there,
Yeah.
but like I say, but that growth has happened over a few years.
Yeah.
Because, and for one, like I said, I want to do things naturally. Like I could have a couple million followers and this and that and everything, but your analytics is going to prove that you full of crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah.
like with YouTube now, you can go and see anybody's analytics. You know what I'm saying? You can see like their viewership and stuff like that, and you'll see, if you actually pay attention, you'll see that some of these ones that's got like a million followers, like I've got 1,500, and just on YouTube though, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a lot of different. I'm on a lot of I'm on a lot of different platforms. But
Mm-hmm.
just on you, I got 1,500, and my analytics, my viewership is better than what somebody was doing with 1 million followers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a lot of different things you gotta pay attention to with that. It's not all about how many you have. You know what I'm saying? It's about how many you're actually able to reach.
Yeah.
And part of what I'm doing, part of my business, I need to reach real people to grow my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't fake the funk with this.
Yeah. I got you. I got you, man. That's good right there.
But having a mentor is, man, having David as a mentor has put me in a position, and not necessarily put me in a position, but helped me help myself more than what I was trying to achieve on my own.
Yeah. Man, you know what's crazy? I was on Zoom with him the other day, and like I'm sitting down and I'm looking good. You know, I'm straight. And he looked at me, he said, "You're stressed." And I'm like, he said, "Are you stressed?" And I said, "Yeah." Like, shoot, hey.
Hey, David be on it, boy. He be on it. He can tell if you're not sitting there in a good like with me if I'm sitting there and if I'm sitting in the group session,
Yeah,
and I'm just he'll sit because he knows. Look, I usually when I got this camera on, I'm smiling. I got some good energy. I got some good energy. I'm like I'm being involved in it. You know what I'm saying? But and he'll notice that he'll be like, "Man, you good? You good? Hey, let's talk afterwards." You know, and I get to telling him some stuff, man. Man, he knows a lot of the right things to say, man, to help pull you out of a funk.
Yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing I'm learning with David, and that's like I could teach you the business and everything, but I need you to make sure you all the way together. You know what I'm saying? And like he's real big on the mental meditation. And like I'll be honest, like I always pray. I always been a person to pray, but I never meditated and just sit and envision myself where I want to be and where I'm trying to go. I never did it, you know.
Yeah.
And I promise sitting and meditating, like, man, it's a world of a difference. And
it puts you in that high frame in that high vibration, boy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Hey, I'm serious. I remember wife came in one time when I first started meditating, bro, and I'm just sitting there, I'm smiling, I'm grinning at her. She's like, she walks in, what you smiling about? What you smiling about? Hey, I'm smiling because I see myself where I want to be.
Yeah.
She like, oh, okay. Hey, and then she left me be, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's definitely, man. And, you know, there's a lot of things that, you know, they say all the time, you know, to speak things into existence.
Yeah.
And I definitely, that part of that meditation is speaking things into existence, speaking who you want to be into existence, and actually believing it and doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the more you say it, the more you believe it, the more you think it, the more you become it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It has to happen. There's no other choice. If I'm thinking it, if I'm speaking it, if I'm believing it, then it's gonna happen regardless. You know, you just gotta make it through the process. Man,
and put in the work. That's the biggest thing. You gotta put in the work.
Man, put in the work. And it don't just happen. It don't just appear.
Yeah, unless you just win in the lottery and on a regular basis, you got to put in the work.
Man, I'm telling you got to put in the work. Look, man, I got a couple more questions for you, man, and as time is winding up, man. But I want to ask you, you got a lot of people that are jack of all trades. I'm pretty sure you heard the saying, jack of many trades, but a master of none.
Yeah.
How important is it to master a craft? You know, because I found myself a lot of times, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But when I look up, I don't put so much energy in all these different things, and I'm like, man, ain't nothing working, you know. So how
you get lost, man. You get a lot of unfinished. You get a lot of unfinished projects and stuff, man.
Yeah.
If you look at my garage, that's where. If you look at my garage right now, I got a lot of unfinished. No, but I think you could still be a jack because in a sense, especially when you're running a business, man, you have to wear a lot of different hats.
Yeah.
And like I said, that comes with knowing every aspect of your business, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, there's always something to learn. I mean, I don't believe anyone is ever a master of anything because there's always something new to learn.
Okay.
Right. Okay. But at the same time, you got to have some type of focus and direction in where you want to go. Like if I'm, you know, like with my business, I'm doing a lot of media stuff, if I'm doing this, like I can't be changing tires. You know, I can't be trying. I need to be focused on, okay, well, this brand is, this brand, they spent so much on marketing last year. This is what they're trying to do. This is the direction that they're going with how they want to present their brand and stuff like that. That's the stuff I kind of got to be focused on, so I can talk to them in a certain way and present what I'm trying to offer them in a certain way. But if I'm not paying attention, if I'm just doing other stuff, if I'm just looking at booty shaking videos, like that's not helping me at all. You know what I'm saying? That's taken away from my direction. So I think you can wear a lot of different hats, but all of those different hats have to be in some aspect helping you achieve your direction and your goal. You know what I mean? And I really, like I said, ain't nobody master at nothing. Nothing. Because like I say, I mean, at the end of the day, there's always something new to learn in whatever business that you're trying to achieve.
I got you. All right, man. One last question before I drop the bonus on you. And that is, man, how important is discipline?
Very, very, man, very. Because, dude, if I don't have like say with growing this business, if I didn't have the discipline to learn how to do the research and continue to make sure that I'm following steps, you have to. There's no way around it. If you ain't got no discipline, you just in chaos. And chaos, don't no brand want to deal with chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't no business person want to deal with chaos. You know what I mean? So, you have to have that discipline to move forward. It's just like, with anything, like a bodybuilder, if they don't have the discipline to not sit around and gorge themselves on ice cream and chips, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they couldn't be bodybuilders, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. But discipline, if you're trying to achieve anything, you got to have the discipline to get it done.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. All right, it's time.
Okay.
For the main event. So, man, we ask everybody at the end of the conversation, we ask everybody, what would you say the hard truth is about becoming successful? A hard truth about becoming
a hard truth.
Yeah, that's one of them questions.
Yeah,
make you think.
I would say a hard truth. A hard truth about success is, at any time, man, you got to be willing to make some sacrifices, whether it's friends, family, no matter time, no matter what it is. You have to. It's one of, unless you are just lucky enough to where everything falls in line exactly how you want, and you just get this growth out of nowhere, and it's just boom, you're instant, right? You have to be willing to sacrifice. And a lot of times it sucks, you know what I mean? Because you sacrificing sleep, you sacrificing time out with your friends. You may be sacrificing some friends, like, because you got to make different moves. Because at the end of the day, not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. And sometimes we're so focused on friendships and family that we tend to forget ourselves. You know what I mean? And if you want to grow, you want to do things in the way that you want to do them, sometimes you got to change up your atmosphere. Sometimes you got to change up who you deal with on a regular basis, you know, and even some self-reflection on who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you have to do that. And I don't know, man. It's just it I know it sucks to say, and it's kind of weird to say, but it is what it is, man. I mean, there's some aspects of yourself you have to sacrifice. You know, if you want to be out here and you know, if you want to be out in the media, say, you know, content creator and this and that, you know, you have to sacrifice some things to keep up a good image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. So sacrifice, I think, is a big hard truth. You have to sacrifice some things, and sometimes you got to have to sacrifice some people. You can't have them in your life, man, because if I'm wanting to do business with Pepsi, I can't have sorry about that. Sorry, I apologize about that. But if I want to do business with Pepsi, I can't have felonious friends around.
Yeah.
That don't nobody want. Pepsi ain't gonna do no business with me. You know, that's why I'm like even AI Energy, Loud Cup. You know what I mean? Hooking up with that. You know what I'm saying? Hooking up with that. You know what I'm saying? If I was any type of, if I constantly was doing, you know, like say if I had friends around that were doing dirt all the time and had my name in it, they wouldn't want to have me representing their brands. You know what I'm saying? Or being involved with me. Eruption right here, Eruption Boxing, man. There's a lot of legalities that they got to follow and being aligned with. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm doing stuff like that, they wouldn't want me having their products right here behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Sacrifices, man.
Sacrifice, man. We heard it. Listen, we heard it. The hard truth. You have to make sacrifice in order to be successful, in order to be who you see yourself being in your mind is going to require sacrifice. And sometimes we see what we want to be, but we don't see the process. And because we don't see the process, we tend to veer away from what we've seen in our mind. But in order to get to that place of destiny, it's going to require sacrifice. But you could make it. You could do it. We all could do it. Listen, Vince, he came, he dropped some bombs on us. I don't know about you, but I got a whole lot of stuff out of it, and I hope you did as well. Listen, if you haven't liked, if you haven't shared, and if you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Go ahead and do it and get a part of the community. Listen.
Free. Takes 2 seconds. Just hit the button.
Hit the button. Take 2 seconds. Listen, Vince, man, before we head out, listen, anybody that might need your services or might want to know where they can find you, how can they locate you and find you, man?
Man, I'm across any platform, Twitter, Twitch, everything, Dragon Rider or Dragon Riders Media. You can go to dragonridersmedia.com. That's where basically you can get an overview of all the services that I have to offer, and even some special brand deals and stuff like that. And you know, just take a look at it. And I mean, if you have any questions, I'm pretty. I try to answer things in a timely fashion, but I'm not always able to because of meetings, stuff like that. But definitely, if you ever shot me an email, because it's contact@dragonridersmedia.com, I'll try to get back as quickly as possible. Like I say, I offer a variety of different services. Just head to the website, check them out. And yeah, that's it.
That's it. You heard it from him. And we'll also have his information down at the bottom in the bio. Listen, you heard it from the chamber. Until next time, keep it real and let's go to the top. Not by ourselves, but together. All right? Oh, don't forget, I am. You better believe it.